So you must be wondering, why in the world would we make a last-minute plan to cross one of the most intimidating oceans on planet Earth? Wouldn't that be stupid? Well, yes. Yes, it would. If you're new here, you have a lot of catching up to do.
But the short story is that just a couple of weeks ago, Doc and I brought aboard a group of strangers to live and sail with us for 2 months. The original plan was to sail from Indonesia to Singapore, which would have been a super chill island hopping trip. But then things changed a little bit.
Surprise!
And our plans got completely flipped upside down.
Oh,
So this sailing adventure just got bigger, badder, and much riskier. Instead of sailing to Singapore, we will sail to Africa. I mean, if there were any way to really turn these girls into sailors, this would be it, right?
I have no idea what I'm doing.
Don't be
The
stupid!
problem was that the crew had signed up for a simpler sail to Singapore. So Doc and I had a meeting with the crew to propose our new plan, and we were eager to hear the reactions.
I don't like that the fact that you have the camera out all of a sudden. We were having such a nice time. And now I feel like you're about to tell me some bad news.
So we got bad news, good news, and bad news.
Oh.
2 days ago, for various reasons, Mara decided to leave. I mean, a lot of it was because of the time commitment and stuff.
Are you really leaving?
So the good news is we figured out a way to shorten the trip, so then she might not have to leave. The bad news is that it involves changing completely our plans and instead going in the Indian Ocean to various islands up to the Seychelles. So we would end in the Seychelles. And that's a lot of long, it's not what we planned for you guys. But personally, I think it's important to have her on board. But that leaves you guys in a tough situation. Plus, it's a very different trip. It's a lot of long 3 days, 7 days of sailing. No, we don't want you to leave.
No.
But we would understand if it wasn't what you signed up for.
So excited to cross an ocean.
Yeah.
I
can't even comprehend yet. Like,
Look at it. Look
yeah,
at the map.
It's not like
No, just
you guys
like
have
if
to
it's-
decide right now. Like
Yeah.
you get time to think about this
One
as
day.
well. However,
30 seconds.
we need to move.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
we would plan to go to Bali, get our shit together, provision for a long haul, check out of the country and go.
On like Wednesday.
Yeah, like Wednesday.
Wow.
What is today? It's Saturday.
But we don't know how to swim.
You will learn. I was not expecting this today.
I was joking about the bad news. I didn't expect this.
I was stopping in the Maldives.
The cat is out of the bag and we need to start moving because we have to get to the Seychelles within 6 weeks, 7 weeks.
What are the odds you sign up to go sailing from Lombok to Singapore and end up crossing the whole freaking Indian Ocean?
It's half the world, by the way.
Like, what the hell?
I just walked in and Emily just told me that she's decided that she's gonna do it. So we have 2 down. I feel like we're gonna get a lot more excited once we look at photos and just really accept the fact that this is happening.
Well, that could have gone worse, right? After many emotions, questions, and reservations, the crew agreed to the new plan.
Maybe?
I couldn't believe it, but we now had to begin to prepare for our sail 3,000 nautical miles from Indonesia to the Seychelles Islands off of the coast of Africa. This new and far more challenging route would include 4 main crossings. First, a 600-mile crossing from Bali to Christmas Island. Then, a 550-mile crossing from Christmas Island to Cocos Keeling. From there, a 1,500-mile crossing to Chagos Archipelago, and then a final 1,000-mile crossing to the Seychelles. Needless to say, this was going to be a wild ride. With little time to spare, we got right into some boat prepping and provisioning. With the boat and the crew as ready as they could be, it was time to batten down the hatches and begin one of the most challenging sails on Earth. 5 minutes until we leave. I really hope that the crew will not get seasick, straight from the beginning at least. It is windy today, so I'm not sure how rough it will be out there. Hopefully, it's gonna be fine.
So what we're gonna do, there's all these lines here. We're gonna let the wind and control us backwards, avoiding that. Between these mooring balls, he's gonna pull the mooring balls. So we're gonna go that way, and then we're gonna go out around this vessel. Get on the moorings on the front. Can you pull those that way?
Can you pull it? Take this in case we need to push something away. All right, clear here. Clear. Bye. We're off.
We are. Always a way to start. And we're going. Ready?
Are we there yet? Yeah.
So, we're about to cross our first ocean. The biggest thing is that we're always in motion, so we have to adjust for that. We will run shifts, 4 hours during daytime and 3 hours during night. When you're not on shift, do whatever. The first days are often rougher before your body gets used to it, so you just need to push through. Remember to eat, even if you don't feel like it, just eat something.
What's happening?
We're gonna raise the sail because it's a sailboat and we got a long way to go, so we don't want to burn diesel. And we've got huge breaking waves out there. Not really sure why.
Also, wait! Don't take it down. Okay, go. More rounds. One of the hardest parts about sailing with rookies is having strong communication. We want to teach everyone thoroughly, but sometimes Doc and I get distracted trying to operate the boat ourselves. So often it's the classic learn by doing, and the crew will get a lesson thrown at them whether they are prepared for it or not. Making the schedule for the shifts, I want to make sure that Doc and I are between the other girls as much as we can. So it's around 600 nautical miles, which means that if we go 5 knots, we will be there in exactly 5 days. Hopefully we'll go a little bit faster, but that's kind of what I'm aiming for.
It's our first day of our 5-day sail into crossing the Indian Ocean. And I feel a little bit better now that we're out at sea and actually doing it. The anticipation of it was just the worst. I felt like I was almost nauseous with anxiety, but I'm so tired right now. I cannot get my words together.
It's real. Now there's no going back. But I mean, there's so many things that could go wrong. I'm afraid of being super seasick.
I just woke up from my first boat nap while sailing, and yeah, I woke up to not seeing any land. And that's kind of weird. I think it's going good so far. No one's really is seasick, knock on wood, but I'm pretty sure that the first day might actually be going quite well.
She was right. Things were off to a great start. But it wasn't long before we had our first scare of the trip.
Got pretty lucky that Carla noticed the jib, bottom of the jib riding up, so the tack had come off and the cleat holding it on, the bolt had backed out, and it was just sitting on top of the furler ready to go in on the front of the bouncing wave. So we grabbed it and fixed it quickly. That was a good quick fix and good notice by the Spanish girl. Here's to our first day on the Indian Ocean. Well sailed. We broke a couple things.
We fixed a couple things.
Fixed a couple things and survived. So, hell of a crew, hell of a day, hell of a start.
Woo! Cheers!
So we're already having a problem with our autopilot, and it's nighttime now, so you can't really see it. But what's happening is we have a heading, and then all of a sudden, because the current's pushing us this way and the wind is also pushing us this way, for some reason the autopilot can't adjust, and we're just and we're almost doing like a 180 turn before someone can get to the helm and fix the heading again. I was talking to Carla the other day, the three of us. I was trying to ask her questions about the gym, and for, I swear, 15 minutes of the conversation, we were arguing about the colors of the lines. And I was like, why is this the most difficult part of my question? And then finally, when I got to what I actually needed to know, she was like, oh, it's like this. And then it made a lot of sense, but...
That's funny. And it's also, it's good that, because when you guys talk together, it's often better, because then you like discuss a bit back and forth, and it makes you understand things.
Yes.
If you've sailed before, then you know how important communication is on a boat. Effective communication can be the difference between a smooth sail and a catastrophic incident. And that is not an exaggeration. Doc, the crew, and I are still getting to know each other, still getting comfortable around one another, still figuring out how each of us operates. This is natural, but our communication and teamwork will need to improve quickly for us to safely make it across the Indian Ocean. Day 2 seemed to fly by. We started the day with a solid workout, and then I cooked a big meal for the crew. The winds were in our favor, and we averaged around 7 knots the whole day. It felt like we were hitting our stride. Everyone was feeling confident. One shift rolled into the next, and before we knew it, it was day 3.
Is why I love sailing. It's been a rough couple of days after we decided to do this route. It's been tough, and I've been worried about the crew. I've been worried that they wouldn't enjoy it. That's going to be hard on them. But now I see that people are actually having a good time. They're not seasick. They're enjoying themselves. They're learning to sail. They're starting to like really see the joys of living on a sailboat, which allows me to enjoy it more as well. So this morning, just sitting here on my shift and just having the freaking best time. It's been magical, and I'm so happy I'm here. I'm so happy I made the decision to stay.
After a peaceful morning filled with gratitude, there was lots to do, because today was a special day.
Happy birthday! Happy birthday to you!
How does it feel?
It feels like quite an accomplishment to be born. So I'm very happy with that.
Breakfast.
Holy shit.
This is a BBB.
DBB.
It's burger, bacon, and with beer.
Cheers to me. Wow, nothing's gonna fit in my mouth.
Piled up. The white for this bit.
Event number 8, cribbage. Birthday steak.
It's time to reveal the portraits we made of Doc.
So here we have Doc, our beloved doctor on board.
Then Captain's cocktails. You killed somebody. And necklace. Always. So, any words?
I am touched by the effort on such short notice. You all did your best. Agreement number 4, which is awesome. And I appreciate the thoughtfulness. And thinking of me, all these things will make good memories.
Oh, I see what you did
So thank you all.
Happy birthday
26.
to you. Always young.
So there we were, cruising along in the middle of the ocean, having a birthday party without a care in the world. But what we didn't realize was that things were about to take a dramatic turn for the worse. Out of nowhere, our starboard rudder system broke. Still hundreds of miles from any landmass, we had no choice but to try and fix it.
But that thing broke. This bolt broke. You can see this thing is, the bottom one is supposed to move with it, and it's not. So that must have come loose. It must be because this is so tight. It's putting too much pressure on those bolts. Oh. This is it's not going to last an ocean. And to fix it, take the rudder out, redo this whole stock.
I don't think Christmas Island is the place to do that.
No. See, you've got a screwdriver in there where there's broken bolts.
Like, I'm surprised you even got it in there.
Yeah.
That's
But again, it's not really turning as it's supposed to. And this screwdriver is going to break too at some point here.
yeah, right.
I can see her on autopilot now, and it seems to be working, right?
Yeah.
So we're gonna try to swap the screwdriver for this long bolt while underway.
Off autopilot.
Autopilot off.
Keep it centered.
Center.
Wiggle. Stop. Wiggle.
Wiggle.
Go to starboard. Okay, stop. Shit. Okay, back on course.
Back on course.
Did not work. Just couldn't get it in. We'll try at anchor in a day and a half.
After a failed attempt to fix the rudder bracket, we knew we would be limping the rest of the way to Christmas Island. All we could do at this point was hope that the screwdriver would hold up. We have 3,000 nautical miles of ocean left before we get to the Seychelles. And between here and there is not really a lot of places to do any major fixes to the boat. So this is not optimal whatsoever. So the night was supposed to be my rest night, that I finally got to sleep all the way through the night. No night shifts, no baby shifts with the girls. Anyway, I'm gonna try to get some sleep again. Crossing an ocean is hard, and it's even harder when the boat is broken and you can't seem to get enough sleep. But just when you feel like the stress is boiling over, you wake up to a gorgeous ocean, spanning as far as the eye can see, and a picture-perfect sunrise behind it. And you have a moment of tranquility, and in that moment, your battery is recharged, and you are so full of gratitude you can no longer be discouraged. This, my friends, is sailing life.
I'm just having the absolutely best time. 6 to 9 shift is my favorite. Sun is rising. I made a cappuccino. I'm flying 2 sheets to the wind. Life is friggin' darn nice right now. Kind of forgotten about the fact that I was up all night with a broken rudder. Wearing the exact same clothes as yesterday. Boat life. Christmas Island Port Control, Christmas Island Port Control, Christmas Island Port Control. This is sailing vessel cerebral sabbatical, cerebral sabbatical, cerebral sabbatical. Do you copy? Over. I talked to the officials at Christmas Island and they say that we should arrive during day hours. Right now we are arriving right after the sun sets, or a bit after. However, due to the fact that our rudder broke yesterday, we don't want to slow down and spend more time out here than necessary. I've been trying to reach out to them, but I'm not getting any response other than I prefer if you arrive during daytime. and it seems like they're not working Saturdays or Sundays, so I can't get a hold of them today. Our idea is when we get close and we get reception to try to call them and ask if it's okay to go in. If not, just go in, honestly. But hopefully there's someone there that will respond when we call later and we can go in, because I really don't want to be stuck out here with this rudder thing that might just break off again.
I don't know why, but even in the middle of the ocean, ships always come together for some reason. In the middle of the Indian Ocean. Little cargo ship. How far is that guy away?
That guy.
0.8 nautical miles.
Okay.
Pretty close.
We got news.
What's the news?
Good news for once. We are allowed to come in tonight. Yay! They approved our entry, so we can go in and grab a mooring ball, and then they will come to our boat tomorrow morning and check us into the country.
Should we wait to cook until we're there? And then we do a late night dinner with
We can do
or something, whatever you want, and dressed up, but we do it when we're there. It's a celebration.
we can do a charcuterie board before we get there for some snack, because that's things we need to eat anyway.
For the Americans watching, you don't put cheese in the microwave.
Oh my god, one time I put brie in the microwave to heat it up so the honey and jam on top of it would be nice and gooey, and this one has had a problem with it ever since.
It was delicious.
No, she ate all of it.
Bring it. Some things are only allowed on this boat because the owner might be from a nationality where they allow these crazy things to happen.
Here's to land, ho ahoy. We've almost made our first crossing. It's successful, breaking many things, fixing most, and enjoying each other's company. That's a gimlet. I thought you liked gimlets.
When I have ever liked any of the drinks you made.
When you used to be nice to me.
Seriously? This is, I think, the worst one you've ever made.
Honestly, we're gonna get this on camera. John. Captain's Cocktails is over.
Q flag.
After 3.5 days and 593 nautical miles, we made it safely to Christmas Island. It was a trip of many firsts. The first multi-day crossing, first open ocean workout, first night shifts, first morning shift cappuccino, and so on. This was a true rite of passage for the crew. Before we left Bali, everyone was extremely anxious to cross the Indian Ocean. But through this trip, the girls proved to themselves that they were up for the challenge. Looking ahead, things are not going to be easy. The crossings will only get longer, and the situation with the broken rudder leaves a lot of question marks. But we are all more determined than ever. Stick around for the next episode where the crew is left captainless because I have to go to the hospital.